Again, UK comic book reviewer here. Beezer Comic Book from 1992. Now this is in quite nice condition actually, and it is, as you can see, also unclipped, which is good news. Anyway, let's keep going. Anyway, we've got a couple of new characters in this one, as you can see. We've got a lad called Adrian the Barbarian. This young lad who was a barbarian and created lots of magical things happening. I think he sort of lived on under another name. I can't remember the name. Someone might be able to help me out with that one. And but apparently he still appears in more recent, I think Beano ones. I think he's called something else, but I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Here he is fighting this Viking in on this snowy hill, and he's beating him, as you can see, defeating him rather, and basically the snow starts to melt and ends up with the snow talking to him again, because the snow was talking to him earlier, bizarrely, in a puddle for this time, which was strange. Anyway, Beezer birds, we've got a Colonel Blink bird, interesting, and we've got Baby Crockett, who seems to like rainbows in this strip. Trying to find uses for the rainbow, which is really interesting. And we've got, and also having a football team and then going to bed. Anyway, we've got Colonel Blink again, who needs some new glasses. Does he ever? Doesn't he ever? And the cat getting confused and crashing through the door instead of through the cat flap, because he apparently has Blinky's glasses on, so he decides to try some new ones. They missed an opportunity here to have some Elton John glasses, which I think was cool. So he's got other characters there, got other glass designs there, but I still think he should have had an Elton John pair. I think that would have looked the best. Anyway, numbskulls, here we are. The man's put on rather a lot of weight and can't get into a football match, which is sad. So they decide to send him to a health farm, where he tries to burn off a load of calories and loses quite a lot of weight. The Bad Lads did that in an earlier one, but I think the man from the numbskulls has a lot more success and loses a load of weight, but unfortunately eats a load of pies and can't get out. So he's back to square one. Anyway, you've got Beezer birds here, Aldous Eaglus Crocketus, Baby Crockett in other words, and Little Mo dressed up as a mole, Muggsy trying to catch her, and falling down a hole, and ending up making a huge molehill, which Mo put quite correctly there, with these poor people stuck up this molehill, and him causing huge amounts of damage and chaos, and obviously getting into a lot of trouble. And we have Sunny and Sandy. These two are called Club 5, which was basically, they were members of a play group or a kindergarten run by a very elegant young lady called Marina, who I think you'd agree is quite elegant looking. And these poor people are ending up swimming towards sharks. Swimming towards a shark. Well, no, sharks don't come that near to the beach, and the poor little fish decides he doesn't like that guy's bottom in there, because they've set up a sandcastle contest where a lot of people are getting stuck in Sandy's sandcastle there that she's doing with a tractor type vehicle, and Sunny decides to throw loads of barbecued food around, which unfortunately upsets a donkey who kicks everyone off, and a shark, an octopus, and a swordfish, although swordfishes don't tend to do that usually. A poor guy ending up in a burger van, and there is Marina at the bottom trying to be dug out by a frog. Hang on. Pop, Dick and Harry, this flower garden-y type thing. So, they decide to. So Harry and Dick decide to put on this little impromptu heavy metal concert in the garden, which Pop obviously doesn't like, and they end up with a massive garden from some seeds that they bought from Adrian the Barbarian. And we've got Sting again, that bee who likes to sting everyone, although bees surprisingly don't like stinging everyone. They only sting in defence or if they feel threatened. So, but I suppose I can't really make him into a wasp really, which is understandable. And he has to kiss his queen, king, whatever, don't know. Whoever that is. Banana Bunch again, going on a bike ride. You can see how that's going to end with the rather large guy and fatty in there. And they decide they're not very happy with him. And you've got Dopey's who out of the Banana Bunch's tour de farce. And some sort of bike ride thing he did. Some sort of game you can play. You've got the Wabbits. These rabbits who decide to take all this food off the farmer and although bizarrely it looks a bit strange, this one. Looks like some sort of TV crew trying to do a documentary on them. And Adrian the Barbarian again makes an appearance. So Adrian the Barbarian does sort of cross over quite a lot in this one. You've got Beezer Birds, Magpies, Nuckus, Daftus, Theftus, and Nuck as a magpie. Yeah, the bad lads. Then you've got Geezer, this guy who's a bit like Tricky Dicky and Roger the Dodger. Tricky Dicky out Topper and Roger the Dodger out of the Beano. Some sort of Beezer decided they wanted their version of him, of those two. So which was interesting. And he decides to create all these animals tricking all his friends, and basically his friends giving him the comeuppance at the end. And then you've got Captain Adrian and the Beezer crew, Adrian the Barbarian, Little Mo, Nuck, Colonel Blink, and not sure who that one is actually. Baby Crockett, yeah, Baby Crockett. So bizarrely, Nuck, it was usually Fingers that appeared in these crossover comic strips, but Nuck appeared in this one, which was unusual. But pretty cool nonetheless. They're going on a ship, something, and sort of like a pirate ship race type one, where they ultimately win the race, much to all their pleasure, and Baby Crockett is in a bath at the end. And you got Scratcher. This was another character called Pam, who was known as positively a menace, who was basically a menacing character, a bit like Beryl the Peril and Minnie the Minx. So these decided they wanted their own version of those two. But Scratcher is her cat, and then you'll see Pam doing some painting and making a huge great mess of the walls, which Mum bizarrely likes. And you've got Ginger again, slipping on some ice and going snowing and putting a load of tricks on playing a load of tricks on people, before ultimately getting some comeuppance on some kids that he tried to trick and going into this catamaran type vehicle and ending up injured. Then you've got Beezer Birds, Cucuus Dopius, Maximus Cucdopi out of Wild Up Banana Bunch. And you've got the bad lads there. The bad lads sort of transitioned after a while from committing crimes to just being naughty and mischievous. So they decided to play a load of tricks on people, as you can see in this one. And so they sort of transitioned them over a bit. Maybe crimes just didn't really. They were just getting a bit old, I suppose. I don't know, or maybe they didn't like them anymore. And the bad lads ultimately end up in some cement after the people who they upset earlier or played tricks on wanted to thank them, as you do. Adrian's Fables, Adrian the Barbarian again, doing some fable thing by the looks of it. Some sort of gorilla there going on there, and ending up in someone's lounge with a dog chasing after a load of toilet roll. And you've got Mo and a Mugsy as Swan and a duck by the looks of it, a duckling rather. And you've got Sting again, that bee who likes to sting everyone. and basically ending up on a date with a mole, as you do. You've got 21st Century, The Return of Arthur, which was basically another sort of comic strip based on like Marvel-y comics type thing, sort of like a superhero-y one, which was common at the time. A lot of comic annuals had this in there, had these type of storylines in there, which made them more interesting actually to appeal to the youngsters who liked Marvel type comics. And it ends obviously with the hero winning, as they always do. And you've got the numbskulls whose man's looking for a Christmas tree, and he decides he doesn't want to pay rather a lot of money for one, so he ends up trying to get one, cut one down himself. Much like my dad would when many years ago when him and my uncle decided to cut a tree down to get back from the forest with permission from the owner, which was good, which was nice back then. But obviously it doesn't happen much nowadays. So he gets the tree, realises it's too heavy, and basically ends up in a pond with the tree going flying. And rescues this lady's dog by the looks of it, who apparently she's quite well off, and gives him a nice reward, and he buys a nice treat with it. And then we've got little Mo again, with Muggsy wanting to play some table football, toy football, and Mo proves a little bit too good for him because she's winning the matches, and Muggsy doesn't like it, so he decides to chuck a bucket of water on her, and which obviously little Mo is obviously none too chuffed about, and they're just about to get into a fight when Muggsy's mum walks in and decides to put them on a line outside so they can calm down, as you do. And you've got Beezer Birds, Kingfisherus Barbarus, Adrian the Barbarian's one, Foot and Mouse. This is some sort of elephant and mouse one, where the mouse tries to scare the elephant. Unfortunately, he can't really scare the elephant, really, because the elephant knows him too well. And usually the mouse ends up in trouble or getting hurt, as you'll see. And as you can see, they ends up getting quite sore against this tarantula type one, which was unusual. I'm just thinking, did I miss one? Might not. I probably haven't actually. Anyway, we've got a little puzzle there for a Snakes and Ladders-esque type game, and that's that one. I'm just thinking, did I miss one? I'm just going to pause it. Hang on. No, I didn't miss anything at all. I must have been another manual I was getting confused with. So yeah. Anyway, that's B's book from 1992. As you can see, the characters were rather different. They decided on bringing some more characters in, which I think brought a bit of a mixed response. Some people liked them a lot, and some people didn't particularly like them. So because they missed the old characters, but it's 6 1/2 dozen of the other. Really, I think it was pretty good. I think the characters were pretty good, to be honest. Yeah. So anyway, thank you very much for watching again. I'll see you again in another video. Take care. Bye bye.